Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we have sneak peek number 2 for the next update, and well, today we want to talk about new building levels, we want to talk about new troop levels and removing the super troop cooldown. All of those amazing things we're going to talk about in today's video, and we're starting off with the new defense, the new building levels, and we will see what exactly is coming over there. First off, we're starting with a new archer tower level, which is kind of nice because it should kind of defend against, well, ground and air, which is always good. And that's always a nice start, I guess, to start like defense-wise, because I feel like right now the offense is kind of ruling the thing. So we have to see how everything is going to turn out, but Archer Tower, that's the new level, that's the new design. I will show you guys in a second how exactly the old versus the new design is looking like. The Tesla is getting another level as well, another defense which can target air and ground. I think there's a pretty good balance right now in between of ground and air, so that's a good choice obviously for getting the new level in, I think. And well, the new Tesla could change some things because this means loons can't not take it out that easily anymore. But there's one thing which is getting a new level, which is kind of scary because, well, army camps are getting a new level, which means you have overall 20 new troop space. That's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. Not only power-wise, but especially time-wise, which oftentimes were kind of an issue. So new army camp level could definitely change a lot of things, a lot of strategies. So that's kind of interesting to see. And then in addition to that, we have 100 new walls coming our way for the next update. So that's pretty much all of the buildings which are going to come. We have a couple of new troop levels as well, but we're taking a look at that in a second. First off, we're taking a look at new versus old. On the left side, or like first off, what do you guys think? Left side old, left side right? Well, the left side is the new one, the right side is the old one. There's not too much of a difference, to be honest, in between of those buildings. I don't know. So far, I was most of the time a pretty big fan of the designs, but this time, I don't know. It looks pretty similar, to be honest. Not really sure. Maybe the Tesla looks a little bit more cool with like this dark. I think it's a bit purple. I don't know, but let's see. Now let's take a look at the new troop level, which is first off, the wizard is getting a new level. Let's take a look at old wizard versus new wizard. The new wizard is at the bottom side, the old one at the top side. So that's going to be kind of, let's see how close this is going to be. The first storage is down a couple of seconds earlier, but yeah, they're starting pretty much off the exact same time. The second storage, because the pathing of ranged troops in Clash of Clans is just strange as hell, because this bottom wizard path like one tile more than the top one. But still, like around about one to two shots, the new wizard is faster. That's not too much, but I guess nice to have, I think. The next change is going to be the Pekka, and this one is going to be a bigger change in my opinion, because take a look at like comparing those two Pekka. First off, the max Pekkas on the right, the non-max at the top side, and just take a look at the HP. That's pretty crazy. Like the bottom one is kind of at one, like the HP is kind of different in my opinion. So that's a huge change. And then the giants are getting some love as well with another level. So that's going to be kind of interesting. We have the 3 max giants at the bottom side. We have the 3 non-max giants at the top side. Obviously, right now it's not really a tank meta in Clash of Clans, which basically means golems, giants are not getting used that often, so we'll have to see kind of if they're getting used at some point, but let's see how big of a change this is actually going to be. Because now we're taking a look at the stats. We're starting off with the giants, and you guys can see 150 more HP, 8 more damage. It's nice to have, but it's not the biggest change in the world. I think the 8 damage might be even the biggest change. And to be honest, the giants are not supposed to deal the damage in your army, so I'm not really sure if there was actually, or like if this is going to change anything. The next thing is the wizard, and over here as well we have like 15 damage per second more and 20 HP, which is as well not the biggest change, but once again nice to have. And now we have the Pekka, and the Pekka I feel like had the biggest change, which is 70 damage more, and 400 HP. That's quite a bit, I think. So that could make a difference, but to be honest, I don't know in which army I would use a Pekka right now, because I feel like in most of those cases, I would still prefer Yeti. So I don't know. But now let's get to the quality of life changes. So we have talked about all of the new troops, all of the new building levels, and now let's take a look at the Super Troop cooldown, because the Super Troop cooldown is going to get removed. Yes, you heard correctly. Finally, the Super Troop cooldown is getting removed. That's, in my opinion, one of the biggest things which came in a long time. Super happy about that. The only thing which now could come as well, which I would be really happy about, or like, first off, don't get me wrong, I'm already super happy about that the cooldown got removed or is going to be removed. But the next thing which would be awesome is kind of that you can donate super troops even if you don't have them kind of selected. For example, you can donate Inferno Dragons for defensive CCs, even though if you don't have them upgraded at the moment. That would be kind of nice, to be honest. Maybe even like only be available for gems. I don't know. I mean, especially if you have the gold pass and it's 1 gem donations, like it's 1 gem for Inferno Dragon. That's not too much. I think that would be a pretty good deal. And it would make the gold pass even more nicer to buy, kind of. So I think it would be a win-win situation for Supercell as well. So I hope that at some point that you can donate super troops, even though if you don't have them selected. But that would be kind of awesome. But now let's talk about the next thing which is going to come, which is the well, kind of a reworked friend list, kind of. But this is just for the Supercell ID. So as you guys know, there's the friend list in the game, but it's not really showing you too much. Now there is the Supercell ID, and I had to kind of put this emote there because otherwise at the moment you can see all of the emails, which are like all of the super IDs which are connected on this device, which is not the nicest thing, especially for streamers, for example, because they always have to do this. Otherwise you can see the emails, you can get easier hacked, etc. So that's always pretty annoying. So now one thing which you can change in the future is going to be that you can now custom name each of your Supercell ID accounts. That's awesome. Then the next thing is you have the ability to add profiles and profile pictures to your account, whatever photo this is going to be, and it's going to have a friend list in there. So you have like a friend list in your Supercell ID, which is nice, and this is working across all Supercell games, so that's awesome. And yeah, you can now see on your friend list is like if someone is online and what Supercell game they're currently playing. So that's like a really nice change in my opinion, which is awesome. So that's something which is good. Another thing which is only really important, I think, for the United States, at least that's what says, like the patch note says, that in the United States you have now like to verify your age, and if the age is under 16, there are a couple of things which are included there. For example, you don't have access to the Supercell ID, like when you're creating a new account, etc. So there are a couple of things, especially for parents, I guess, are kind of interesting. But yeah, I think we should get to the next thing, which is the guard button of the heroes. So at the moment you can kind of like put your hero to sleep if you don't want to like him defending your village, especially in like Titans and Champions, etc. And the reason for that is that you don't want to be like getting online and your hero is sleeping because he just defended your village. This is getting removed. Like the button is getting removed, you can't switch in between anymore, and your heroes are always defending the village. I don't think they're going to defend the village when they're upgrading, but whenever they're like awake, they defend your village, and they're getting auto healed kind of right after that again, so you don't have to wait for them. That's pretty nice, especially like I said for leagues like Titan, Champion, etc. So that's a pretty nice change, and yeah, pretty nice quality of life change. So I think we should get to the next topic as well, which is well, kind of like for how do you say, tournaments. All of you guys know how long it can take for setting up wars, etc. Especially, for example, the World Championship, since all of the matches are getting played on the live servers. And the thing is that there are 2 new things getting added to the friendly wars, which is first a 5-minute prep time, which is awesome because 15 minutes. What should you do in those 15 minutes? I mean, you're filling CCs and you're selecting your base, so this does not need 15 minutes. So there's 5 minutes added to the friendly war timers as prep, and there's going to be added a 45-minute war timer, like extra war day, which is going to be kind of nice for competitive wars, I guess. But let's see how exactly this is going to turn out, because at some point people need to plan. Like, that's pretty strange. But either way, now one more thing which is getting changed for the builder base. One thing which is getting changed are the beta minions, and they're kind of strange at some point because they're always like flying really strangely. It's like really random. So they want to improve the IE of the beta minion and reduce the randomness of the beta minion as well, which is nice. The clock tower boost will no longer pause during the maintenance, as maintenance will not affect the builder base progress. So that's something which is like, okay, it's there. It's kind of like a small like bug fix, I guess. And yeah, one more thing which is kind of getting added is like they're reworking or like adding technology to the skin setup, which allows them to give the skins more effects and like, I don't know, I guess like something like burning or like having shadow behind. I don't know. I'm super excited to see that. And one more thing which I wanted to say about the builder base, I'm super excited and I hope for some changes to the builder base, because I personally I like the builder base, but it seems too old. Like, it's not really like there's nothing fresh in there anymore. That's kind of how I feel about it. So not really sure about that. And yeah, I hope the builder base is getting some love at some point. I think it's kind of nice, especially the change where you were like able to non-stop attack because the army's like costing no time anymore. So that's something, that will be something which I'm looking for, I hope for. But yeah, I think that's it. So we have talked about most of the stuff. There are a couple of bug fixes, obviously, which are in there, but to be honest, I don't have to mention those. I'm super excited for the next update. This was sneak peek number 2, and I think the one thing which I'm most excited about is for sure the removing, like the cooldown which is getting removed from the super troops. That's super exciting, and now it's up to you. What do you guys like so far the most of the next update? Is it one of the balance changes yesterday, or is it, well, one of the changes which I mentioned today? Let me guys know down below in the comments. I will see you guys in the next video again. Until then, see ya and bye bye.